Hi, welcome to Deuteron. In our product videos, we explain the important details of our product groups. I'm Alexander and happy to welcome you. This tutorial is about our matting agents. The Deuteron company is producing matting agents based on polymethylurea, a duromer plastic also known as PMU. We show you a short overview and comparison of the most important matting agents for coatings, advantages and how to use, effects and properties, which products are available and their differences, what has to be considered for the incorporation and some possible applications. Matting agents can be divided in inorganic and organic matting agents. The mainly used matting agents are inorganic, precipitated or fumed silicas and wax or silane modified variants. Organic matting agents are either thermoplastics or duromers. They are based on different types of polymers. Thermoplastic particles for coatings can be polyacrylics, polyamides or polyurethanes. Duromeric matting agents are, for example, duromer, polyurethanes, and of course our polymethylurea products, PMU. Our matting agents can be used alone or in combinations. They are successfully used by our customers all over the world since decades. Matte surfaces are modern and look great, but there are also functional reasons to make surfaces matte. But how does it work? What is gloss and how can you reduce gloss? Gloss is a sensory impression caused by the more or less direct reflection of the light at a surface. Matting occurs due to the disturbance of the reflection. The degree of gloss is measured at different angles. The 20-degree angle is used for glossy systems, the 60 angle for medium and the 85 angle for matte surfaces. Often the 60 angle is used as a standard and this can lead to unclear results. The most important mechanism for matting is based on particles in the surface. The particles of the matting agents must be orientated on the surface. This happens usually by decreasing the volume of the coating layer during the drying process due to evaporating solvents or water. This process is often called shrinkage. If the volume shrinkage is low, the result is a low surface roughness. When the volatile content is low, matting is difficult, for example in high solid systems. 100% systems with nearly no volume shrinkage are difficult to matte. Too much matting agent would be needed and could lead to adverse effect on the viscosity. In principle, this is the case with every powder. One way is to use particle sizes in the range of the layer thickness. Thus, thin film applications can be matted very well, even if they are 100% formulations. Polymethylurea is a narrow cross-linked three-dimensional polymer, a duromer. The main characteristic of these PMUs offers a lot of valuable and useful properties. All PMU products are based on exactly the same chemical base. They are available in different product groups, particle sizes and shapes. Our organic matting agents based on polymethylurea have an amorphous microstructure. The primary particles are bond and aggregate and agglomerate structures. They can be prepared in different particle size distributions. All our Deuteron MK and Pergopack grades are based on these particles. The benefits are mainly: duromers have no softening or melting point. The temperature stability is up to 200 degrees Celsius and for short times above 300. The polymer contains 3 hydroxyl groups and cross-linking with isocyanate hardeners is possible. PMU has a high hardness compared to other plastics. Therefore, high mechanical resistance against scratches and abrasion is possible. Unlike silica, our matting agents do not absorb catalysts in baking enamels or other reactive systems. In aqueous systems, PMUs don't absorb associative thickener. The viscosity remains stable. PMU also supports the effect of classic soft-touch coatings. Basically, you could say, the use of PMU-based matting agents is always advantageous when the properties of conventional matting agents are not enough. Silica-based matting agents have a highly amorphous particle structure and therefore strong thickening effects. Our matting agents have lower impact on the viscosity and good mechanical resistance. Deuteron PMH-C has another particle shape. It is more compact and has even lower influence on the viscosity than the Deuteron MK. In comparison, silica grades have a more amorphous structure. This is the reason for the high impact on the viscosity. Due to the special particle surface of the PMU, the influence on the viscosity is lower than with silicas. This means that higher dosages are possible. The matting efficiency is high, but compared with silicas, the needed amount of organic matting agents can be higher. If we compare the resulting viscosities, the significant increase due to the silicas is clear. In this graph, we compare the different amounts of matting agents needed for 20 gloss units. 1.5% of pure organic silica added to our testing lacquer leads to 800 millipascal seconds. Deuteron MK requires 2.5%, but only leads to 200 millipascal seconds. An amount of 2% modified silica creates a viscosity of 550 millipascal seconds. The left axis shows the amount of matting agent in light gray. The right axis is the resulting viscosity in dark gray. All organic matting agents require relatively high amounts, but the viscosity remains lower compared to silica types. The same happens at 10 gloss units, but even stronger. This means that often lower gloss levels can be achieved compared to silicas because significantly higher dosages are possible with organic matting agents while the viscosity remains low. Pergopack M3 is a Coasis grade with the highest matting efficiency. Deuteron MK is a standard grade and usually the best recommendation for the first lab trials. Deuteron MKF and MKF6 are the fine grades for thin layer application for pleasant touch feeling. Deuteron PMH-C particle size is similar to MK, but with a compact particle shape. This leads to less matting, but also to clearly lower effect on the viscosity. There are more grades of matting agents available by Deuteron. These other grades are combinations of PMU grades with other organic or inorganic substances. For example, PMH-M and PMH-F are functional mixtures of amorphous and compact PMU particles to create synergistic effects with high mechanical resistance and low viscosity impact. For further details about these products, please contact us directly. We also offer dispersions of matting agents. Deuteron MM677 is an aqueous dispersion of PMU matting agent in water. It is often used where powders cannot be used or are not allowed. Deuteron MM100 and 110 are dispersions for UV curving formulations. They are extremely fine-ground PMU particles in the reactive thinner DPGDA. Deuteron MM100 has an active content of 17% with a comparatively high viscosity, but is completely free of additives. Deuteron MM110 uses a dispersion to achieve a higher concentration of 25% and a very low viscosity. This is the particle size distribution of our standard matting powder Deuteron MK, followed by the finest powder grade Deuteron MKF6. And the finest dispersion of the Deuteron OG product range. And now the particle curve of the very fine Deuteron MM100 and 110. These dispersions with extremely fine matting particles are suitable to be used in all kinds of UV curing formulations. But they were mainly developed for digital printing applications where very fine particles are required. For example, for inkjet. Often recurring questions are, for example, what is the Deuteron countertype to a particular silica product? PMU are not directly comparable to inorganic matting agents due to their completely different chemistry and physics. There are no countertypes. How much matting agent is required for a specific gloss level? Unfortunately, there is no general recommendation possible. There are too many options in the respective formulations. Only own laboratory tests will be of help. The standard recommendation is usually Deuteron MK for first tests. Different dosages should be tested. This shows if finer or crasser grades are required. Can I use it in System X? In principle, it can be used in every system, except our only moisture-curing systems. PMU has a humidity of 10 to 12%. Such systems are probably not stable in storage. Can it be combined with other matting agents, waxes or texturing powders? Yes, of course, there are no limitations. PMU powders can be used with other solid components in every ratio. How can it be incorporated and at which stage of production? This leads us directly to the next chapter, the processing. In most formulations, PMU powders can be incorporated very easy by simply stirring using a high-speed stirrer, or only by shaking. In most cases, dispersing is sufficient. The use of wetting or dispersing agent is mostly not necessary or of low effect. The maximum dosage of MK products is approximately 17%, but in the most cases more than 10% are unusual. These polymers are rather hard, but of course not indestructible. Therefore, grinding process in mills should be avoided. The specific weight is about 1.47. In some formulations, it can be required to adjust the viscosity profile against settling, for example, with a shear thinning characteristic. Where to use? That's easy. All water or solvent-based 1 or 2 component formulations and also UV curing systems. Examples are for wood, furniture, flooring, automotive, aerospace, packaging and printing inks, overprint varnishes, can and coal coatings, wall paints, roof panels, general industrial coatings, and consumer electronics. Actually, for all applications. Now we are nearly finished with this tutorial. I will quickly summarize the properties and benefits of our matting agents. Good matting effect. Little influence on the viscosity. Temperature resistant up to over 200 degrees Celsius. Short-term temperatures up to over 300 degrees Celsius. No melting point. Pleasant haptic and soft coatings. Soft effects are supported. High mechanical scratch and polishing resistance. Contains cross-linkable OH groups. Recoatability. Positive effect on block resistance. No adverse effects on catalysts or thickeners. Non-flammable. No tendency for dust explosion. Suitable for food contact applications. We hope that this was helpful for you. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. Maybe we meet you in person soon at one of the next trade shows. And do not forget, our documents like product data sheets, safety data sheets and brochures are available in the download section on our website, completely free and without registration. Other documents, for example regulatory information, are available on request. We look forward to welcome you to our other product videos. Thank you for watching.